You ever sit down for a meal and think, what's the worst that could happen here? Maybe you get some bad shrimp, spend the night regretting your life choices. Or maybe the waiter spills a drink on your new shirt. Well, let me tell you, you are not aiming high enough. Because sometimes going out to eat can be less of a culinary experience and more of a real-life horror movie. Let's start with a breezy afternoon in Kentucky. Meet Lillian and Lloyd Curtis, married for 58 years. They're driving home from a doctor's appointment and decide, hey, let's grab a bite at Denny's. Seems innocent enough, right? It's Denny's. The most dangerous thing there is usually the cholesterol content of the Grand Slam. But on this particular day, the wind was having a bad day, like a got fired and found its spouse cheating kind of bad day. We're talking 70-mile-per-hour gusts. As Lloyd pulls their Honda into a parking spot, the universe decides that the giant 1-ton Denny sign has served its purpose. In less than 2 seconds, that massive monument to breakfast food breaks free and swan dives directly onto their car, crushing the passenger side completely flat. Just like that. The final boss of bad luck. One minute you're thinking about moons over my hammy, the next you're getting taken out by the restaurant's logo. But hey, that was a freak accident. Sometimes the danger isn't falling from the sky. Sometimes it's sitting right across the gambling table from you. Welcome to Macau 1985 and the Eight Immortals Restaurant. The Wong family, who owned the place, made a tiny mistake. They lent a local gambler named Huang Jing a whole lot of money. A pile of cash so big it could have its own postal code. And Huang, he was not great at paying his debts. So one night he shows up after closing. The Wongs are probably just trying to clean up and go home, but Huang is there to discuss his repayment plan, which, it turns out, involves murdering every single one of them, all 10 family members. He didn't just stop there, though. Oh no. Using the restaurant's own kitchen tools, how convenient, he spent the entire night dismembering the bodies, packing them into plastic bags, and then just throwing them out with the trash around the city. The next day, people are wondering why the restaurant is closed. Little did they know, the secret ingredient was now crime. Now that was a personal grudge. But what happens when the monsters just walk in off the street, looking for a quick score? Let's go to a Popeyes in Alabama, 1994. It's closing time. Before young employees are wiping down counters, probably thinking about what they're going to do with their night. Suddenly, 2 guys walk in. One's got a gun. They're not there for the spicy chicken sandwich. They herd all 4 employees into the walk-in freezer. The place you go to get more fries becomes an execution chamber. The gunman fires 7 shots. 3 of the employees die instantly. But the 4th, Daryl Collier, gets shot in the face, and by some miracle of bad aim and weird physics, the bullet passes through without killing him. He plays dead, lying among his friends in the freezing cold for 15 minutes until the robbers leave and he can get help. Imagine surviving that. Your first thought probably isn't, man, I could really go for some biscuits right now. So far, we've had acts of God and acts of pure evil. But sometimes the deadliest thing in a restaurant is the management. Picture this, Houston, Texas. A guy named Jesse Mobley Jr. walks into a fancy steakhouse after a long day of work. He's standing at the bar, waiting for his friends, when he suddenly clutches his chest and collapses. He's having a massive heart attack, a clear medical emergency. So what does the staff do? Call 911? Administer first aid? Nope. The manager takes one look at this guy on the floor and decides he must be drunk or homeless. Their solution? They have 2 waiters drag him while he's still conscious and trying to speak out the back door and dump him in an alley next to the garbage cans on a 94-degree night. They even laughed about it on their way back inside. By the time a delivery driver found him and called for help, it was too late. All he needed was a simple phone call, but instead, he got the worst customer service experience in human history. Okay, so maybe eating out is a death trap. You're thinking, I'll just buy my food from a grocery store. It's safer. Oh, you sweet, naive summer child. Let's take a tour of the factory floor where your favorite foods are made. First stop, Tina's Burritos in California. A 19-year-old worker named Maria Delgado is cleaning a giant 7-foot-tall industrial food mixer. It's a messy job, but somebody's got to do it. Now, these machines have safety protocols. You're supposed to completely power them down and lock them so they can't be turned on by accident. But on this particular night, someone had disabled the safety lock to speed up production. As Maria is scraping out the inside of the machine, a coworker in a completely different part of the factory accidentally hits the remote start button. It's like the universe's worst prank call. The machine roars to life and Maria is pulled inside. It was over in seconds. And if you thought getting into a fight with a burrito mixer was bad, let me introduce you to its cousin from the future, the pizza-making robot. Over at a pizza factory in Milwaukee, a maintenance guy named Robert Chiron has to fix a giant robotic arm that stretches dough. This thing is 12 feet tall and can exert 2.5 tons of pressure. It's basically the Hulk if the Hulk was really passionate about thin crust. Protocol says you stay outside the safety cage while it's running, but Robert ducks inside to check a sensor. At that exact moment, a software glitch from an update the night before causes the robot to suddenly reactivate. It swings its massive arm in a totally random pattern, pinning Robert against a metal table and crushing him instantly. This wasn't Skynet becoming self-aware. This was a robot getting the blue screen of death at the worst possible moment and taking a human with it. So, the next time you're about to bite into a burrito or order a pizza or even just park your car at a Denny's, maybe say a little prayer. Because from killer signs to killer robots, the food industry is apparently way more metal than we thought. And while you're contemplating a liquid diet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments which one of these stories made you want to take up cooking for yourself.